into mo. Turn it into mo. Stack it, flip it, turn it into mo. La. Go get that dough and we gon' turn it into mo. Free up and go and we gon' turn it into mo. We make that cash flow and then we turn it into mo. No, we ain't running low cause we gon' turn it into mo. What up, my turn it into mo fam? It's your boy Southside Black. Turn it into mo. I want to come on here today and talk about something that's major going on. You know what I'm saying, in the world. You know what I'm saying? And like due to this major thing that's going on, this flu-like illness, you know what I'm saying? It's really possible that we may be facing a national shutdown. You know what I'm saying? It may happen. And if that's the case, won't nobody be able to go nowhere for, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling how long, but people pretty much recommending, a few credible sources, people that I look up to, recommending that we stock up on food and, water and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, for at least 2 weeks, assuming that we can't go nowhere. But, you know what I'm saying, yeah, that all this is taking place because of the illness that I'm talking about. I shouldn't have to say the name, and I don't want to say the name on YouTube because apparently YouTube don't like when people make videos about this illness. And I'm not really worried about catching the virus, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been wasn't worried, you know what I'm saying? But this whole national, shutdown possibility and people coming to, they sending out National Guard now, you know what I'm saying, to different states and stuff like that. Like that's the stuff that, you know what I'm saying, I'm being mindful of and want to share, you know what I'm saying. But, as far as catching the virus, you know what I'm saying, like I pretty much do what it is that you need to do to avoid it every day anyway. I keep my hands sanitized and clean. I stay in shape, eat healthy, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, exercise. I pretty much do what I need to do to avoid stuff like that every day anyway, you know what I'm saying? But they got people buying stuff out and stuff like this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like, this making people want to stay clean and stuff now. Like, I don't know, it kind of made me wonder. But, I encourage y'all to do the same, stay healthy, you know what I'm saying? Stay clean and sanitary, eat right and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And, I heard about it, about the shutdown, the possible shutdown, first from Uncle GC, Grant Cardone, and, he give his recommendations and thoughts on it on quickly video. But, you know what I'm saying, like, I've been seeing how the NBA shut down. They got the MLB, Major League Baseball. They shut down. The NCAA, pretty much the whole sports industry shut down. They got some colleges, especially around in my area that I done seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talking about Louisiana State University, LSU. That's like the biggest college down here. You know what I'm saying? I want to say Louisiana, but for sure in Baton Rouge. But probably the biggest one in Louisiana. And, they telling their students to finish their semester online. They don't want the students to come to school, you know what I'm saying? And same thing for Southern, which is another college down here at BR. And they got major companies like Amazon telling their employees not to come to work. You know what I'm saying? And Amazon not the only one, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about, it's all kind of stuff. They didn't cancel events in my hometown in Baton Rouge, you know what I'm saying? Like the Boosie Bash, you know what I'm saying? What, that take place down here. I'm talking about, like, it's crazy. And I wanted to make this video and put it out there to let, my Turn It Into Mo fam and others to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Like, be prepared just in case. You know what I'm saying? As far as from what I've heard right now, it's not like official, but it's a possibility. So you want to be prepared just in case. Have you some water and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That'll last you. You know what I'm saying? And not just perishable foods. You know what I'm saying? That could go bad quick. You know what I'm saying? You want a majority of stuff that could last for a long time. But like that's why I make this video. That's why I'm making this video, and not to mention, like with all these businesses and stuff shutting down, and schools and stuff. Not to mention all the people that's gonna be put out of work temporarily. You know what I'm saying? And this happening, like like schools and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? All this is shutting down. Like you know what I'm saying? And that's happening. Like that, the possibility for that. You know what I'm saying? Is already happening. Ain't no such thing as it might happen. Like this, that's happening for sure. But the national shutdown, it's a possibility, and from how it's looking, it might be a strong possibility. I just got some more news. You know what I'm saying? In the process of making this video, that they shutting like the regular school, grade schools and stuff down for 30 days down here in Baton Rouge. You know what I'm saying? In Louisiana. I'm like, man, like it's crazy, but that's why I'm making this video. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, not to mention all the people that's gonna be put out of work. You know what I'm saying? And that leads to people not having income. You know what I'm saying? Some people, a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck. What they gonna do? They ain't got no money saved up. Luckily, it's tax time. Hopefully, a lot of them people still got a little something from taxes, from their income taxes. But you know what I'm saying? That's why I talk about having multiple streams of income. And if you build for it, start building your own business on the side. But that's a different subject, for a different video. I spoke on it in the past, and I'm sure I'm gonna speak on it again in the future. So yeah, like back to the subject. It's a very high possibility that we may go into a national shutdown. You know what I'm saying? Won't nobody be able to travel or go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if we be able to leave out our house. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? I haven't experienced it before. I kinda experienced it with the hurricanes, but I think we at least was able to go outside, but we didn't really want to go outside in a hurricane. But yeah, you know, um, I'm making this video to tell my people to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Have you some food and bottles of water and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Food that's not gonna go bad quick. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like rice and nuts and you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of stuff that pretty much you're gonna be straight for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget tissue and soap and stuff like that. Just look at it as assuming that you can't go nowhere for 2 weeks. Like what would you buy? You know what I'm saying? If you was stuck in a house for at least 2 weeks, what would you buy? You know what I'm saying? So look at it like that. Now, let's get into the stock market and the crypto market. But first the stock market, you know what I'm saying? Like pretty much because of people trying to avoid getting the illness, you know what I'm saying? Majority of people is not traveling right now, which means they not spending no type of money on travel and expenses. You know what I'm saying? Which means they staying at home, which leads them to spending even less money. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, when a lot of people, the majority of the economy is not spending money, then manufacturing slow down, and that make businesses suffer. You know what I'm saying? And when those businesses suffer, the stock market suffer. You know what I'm saying? Because the stock market is based off of businesses and how well they perform. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's what's really got the stock market doing what it's doing right now. Because when a lot of people see the stock market decreasing like it is, like people go to selling stocks oh man, you know, they ain't trying to take a loss, a short term loss, you know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to take the loss, so they sell at a loss. They take a loss anyway, and it make it, go down some more. It make it steady decrease. More people see it and go to selling, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a domino effect, you know what I'm saying? And us, as in the turning into more family, like we know to hold stocks, you know what I'm saying, that we invested in for the long term because we know the market gonna go back up, you know what I'm saying? So we know that. We know to buy low and sell high. We know this, you know what I'm saying? We know not to panic, you know what I'm saying, during times like this, you know what I'm saying? You can't involve your emotions in this type of stuff. Like we know this. Like if you don't know it, now you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like we know this at turning into more. And it's even a few other things that got the market and the economy doing what it's doing, like the feds, you know what I'm saying, like lowering interest rates and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's a couple other minor things going on too that's taking place. But yeah, I'm talking about like it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Basically, like you see, it's like a stock market crash. It's a stock market crash. You know what I'm saying? I seen some stock start coming back up this morning. The Dow Jones Industrial Averages going back up. The S&P 500, you know what I'm saying, started increasing some, and the Nasdaq, and but still like it's down. You know what I'm saying? Like on average, it's still like down. You know what I'm saying? And apparently, the crypto market has it's been following the economy for pretty much the same reasons. You know what I'm saying? So it's down too. And I want to say this: like I'm not a stock market or economics expert. Neither am I a financial advisor. You know what I'm saying? But I did research on what's going on and why, and I wanted to share it with my Turning Into Mo fam. You know what I'm saying? So we could be prepared just in case we do have this national emergency shutdown, or you know what I'm saying, this national shutdown or whatever. And we'll be prepared in case that do happen. And that's one reason. Another reason is because I want my people to start thinking about building multiple streams of income if they haven't already, if you haven't already. Building multiple streams of income, you know what I'm saying? Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of people gonna be out of work and stuff like this, you know what I'm saying, due to certain schools and certain places that's closing down, you know what I'm saying? And, so that's another reason. So we all could think about multiple streams of income, you know what I'm saying? And number three is so we could take advantage of these low price buying opportunities in the market. I'm gonna give y'all some words of wisdom from Warren Buffett, you know what I'm saying? Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't really understand it, that mean like when a lot of people go and do this, and a lot of people you see a lot of people doing something, you know what I'm saying? We want to go the other way. You know what I'm saying? You want to go the other way. And when a lot of people running from it, you want to go to it, check it out. You know what I'm saying? That could be applied to a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, in life, especially business, you know what I'm saying? Because think about it. A lot of people in one business, that means your competition high and demand gonna be low. But you know what I'm saying, you doing stuff that's, you know, low competition, high demand, you know what I'm saying? Ain't too many people doing it. And yeah, you know what I'm saying, you gonna win a lot, you know what I'm saying? But, it definitely applies to the stock market, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people buying, you want to get away from it or sell it, you know what I'm saying? And when a lot of people selling, you know what I'm saying, when the stock market crashing and stuff like that, that's when you really, really want to buy, you know what I'm saying? Not saying don't buy if it's not, you know what I'm saying, or, crashing, you know what I'm saying? But, like I say, that's really when you really want to buy. When it's low, buy low, sell high. And if you don't know what the crypto market is, to sum it up, say it briefly, it's basically, you know what I'm saying, currency, you know what I'm saying, that's controlled by the people, you know what I'm saying, not by the government. It's controlled by the people, you know what I'm saying, and, we control our own money, and it's digital currency, you know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna get too much into it, but it's some, you know what I'm saying, a lot of things the government don't like about it. I ain't gonna get too much into it. You can do more research on crypto, you know what I'm saying? But, like I say, I'm spreading ideas, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no expert at everything. But, with that being said, like, if you're thinking about getting into the stock market or crypto market, you know what I'm saying? Make sure, like I always say, make sure you have some emergency funds put up, saved up outside of the markets, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can get to it whenever you need to, you know what I'm saying? And that's not including what you invest in, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why you really want to do that is in case something happen like what we talking about, you know what I'm saying? National shutdown, you lose your job, any little thing, could get your car break or anything. You don't want to be going into your investments and you might have to sell at a bad time and stuff like that. You don't want to be do that, you know what I'm saying? And with you, when you got your emergency fund saved up and something happened, you know what I'm saying, you could go into that and pay the bill or get your car fixed or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta worry about trying to borrow it from nobody, or you ain't gotta go in your investments and take a loss if it's a bad time to sell. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I be recommending it, and a lot of other people who know what they talking about gonna tell you the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So at least 3 to 6 months, you know what I'm saying, of your monthly expenses need to be put up, you know what I'm saying, outside of the market before you think about investing, you know what I'm saying, into the markets, pretty much anything. You need to make sure you straight, you know what I'm saying? So if you is ready financially, you know what I'm saying, to invest and, really financially, and you have educated yourself on whatever it is that you want to invest in, whether it's the stock market, crypto market, or whatever, you educated yourself further, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna leave my referral link, you know what I'm saying, to a stock market platform. You buy stocks, you know what I'm saying, a stock brokerage account. You can get a stock brokerage account, and it's free to open, you know what I'm saying, and get a free stock when you make your account, another free stock when you make a deposit or whatever, you know what I'm saying. I think it's at least two, you know what I'm saying. It might be more because they be changing sometimes, but you know what I'm saying, both of us gonna get free stocks, you know what I'm saying, when you use my referral link. And one of the stocks could be valued up to 1,400, you know what I'm saying. So like I say, you might get lucky and get that 1,400, but even if not, you're getting two free stocks at least, you know what I'm saying, when you use the referral link for Weeble, you know what I'm saying. It's a trusted platform, you know what I'm saying, money insured and stuff like that. It's good. Do your research. But they also got, Robinhood is commission free. TD Ameritrade, they just became commission free, and that was the first platform I started investing with, is TD Ameritrade, and I was paying fees. That's when they was still charging fees, but now they commission free. Besides when you do OTC stocks, but that's a different subject. And you know what I'm saying, like I say, them they got other commission free ones, but you get free stocks, you know what I'm saying, when you use a referral link. So I'm gonna leave my referral link below. If you ready, make sure you're ready financially and, you know what I'm saying, education wise. And I want to say this, like, you know what I'm saying, you could start off very small, you know what I'm saying, like $100, $50, you know what I'm saying. If you're not really too educated and sure about it, you could start off small, and you know what I'm saying, you could, start off with something that's very risk, you could risk it, you know what I'm saying, and kind of play with it, get your feet wet, learn more about it, you know what I'm saying. You could start with something small to learn, you know what I'm saying, or why you learning. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta invest thousands, especially you don't know what you're doing. You wanna know what you're doing before you really put money into the markets and stuff. And to get crypto, if you don't already know, you know what I'm saying. And the short, I'm saying crypto for short, but it's really called cryptocurrency, you know what I'm saying. But to get crypto, you know what I'm saying, to me the best source to use is Coinbase. That's where you want to start it, you know what I'm saying. And it's Robinhood, you know what I'm saying, with the stock market platform I was telling y'all about, the other one. They do crypto too, you know what I'm saying. So you can buy crypto on now. I got crypto in both of them, you know what I'm saying. I really more than them two, you know what I'm saying, because it's more out there, you know what I'm saying. Like, they got platforms where you buy what they call altcoins. They small coins, but they so small the large companies don't want to deal with them until they really become something big, I guess, you know what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying, that's like Coinbase, that's the main one, you know what I'm saying. Because even if you want to try to get some of the smaller ones, you got to put your money into like a Coinbase or something that way, and you transfer it to the other platforms. You know what I'm saying? So Coinbase is like, the home base of, the crypto. You know what I'm saying? I guess that may be why they call it Coinbase. I'm not too sure, but yeah, like that's where, you know what I'm saying, I recommend you start off at, you know what I'm saying, with Coinbase. But do your research, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta overwhelm yourself with it, like I say. Just do some research for the, you know what I'm saying, your knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And you can start small, you know what I'm saying, when you starting off, you know what I'm saying, with something risky. And I also wanna mention crypto, you know, a lot of it, is risky. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how the government, you know what I'm saying, gonna play with it, you know what I'm saying? We don't know how they gonna react to it. A lot of them trying to get their own, a lot of big banks trying to get their own kind of digital currency, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Like you gotta do your research on the crypto market. That's, more of risky investments. I do want to say that for sure. You know what I'm saying? And, with stocks, you know what I'm saying? Besides the big companies, you know what I'm saying? A lot of what they call penny stocks, they risky stocks too. But me personally, I have more risky, you know, investments in the market, you know what I'm saying, than conservative or big, stocks, big companies, blue chip stocks or whatever. But like I say, that's, you know what I'm saying, like do your research and stuff like that before you start investing. And if you really don't know what you're doing, start definitely start small. You know what I'm saying? And I buy a lot of risky stocks and crypto and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Simply because, the return is, the possible return is, I'm talking about, like huge, you know what I'm saying? If it, catch on and get big, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, like, you could turn like hundreds of dollars into thousands of dollars, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about the opportunities is much more broader when it comes to you investing into small cap stocks or crypto and stuff like that. But with like they say, with high risk comes high rewards. You know what I'm saying? So you could do what I like to call calculated risk. You know what I'm saying? And I think I got that from Warren Buffett, somebody. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I like to make calculated risk. I ain't saying all of my investments is risky, you know what I'm saying? Especially not the investments in myself and my business and my music career. But, you know what I'm saying? I got some conservative stocks, but, you know, I'm more, on the risky side right now, you know what I'm saying? But, I'm going to start building a more, safer portfolio in the near future. But I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, that's why, you know what I'm saying, I like the risk, you know what I'm saying? I invest into the smaller, companies. But that's just, my strategy right now. You know what I'm saying? You make your own decisions, you know what I'm saying? So definitely learn more about these subjects, you know what I'm saying, before you start investing stock market, crypto, or whatever it is that you getting yourself into, you know what I'm saying? You want to know what it is that you're getting into. Learn more about it. That way you'll know which stocks that you like and ones you believe in and stuff like that. Because when you're investing in something, it's some stuff that you believe in, and you know what I'm saying. You're not just putting your money somewhere like gambling with it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to at least know what's behind for instance, with the stock market, like, you know what I'm saying? You're investing in a business. You want to know what the business do, how they make money, and, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the possibility, you know what I'm saying? And how they may be looking in the future, you know what I'm saying? You want to know about the company at least a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You want to know their business model. And the same with the crypto market, you know what I'm saying? You want to know what the coin for and stuff like that. You want to look into this stuff, you know what I'm saying? So you can make better decisions. But I don't want to make this video too long, so, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to come share that information with my fam, you know what I'm saying? So this your boy Southside Black. Like, don't forget to like the video, you know what I'm saying? Comment, let me know your thoughts below. Share the video with a friend or friends if you can, you know what I'm saying? And one more thing, you know what I'm saying? Don't forget to turn it into more.
We up and going, we gon' turn it into more. We make the cash flow and then we turn it into more. Nowhere running low, cause we gon' turn it into more. Yeah, all I know is stack it, flip it,